Sup nerds, I'm Tom.
I'm Wes.
Vale of Eternity is really awesome, and hey, good things come in small packages.
I had to say it.
Yep. This piece, by the way, doesn't serve any game function. This dragon, this horned, cool golden dragon thing, it's awesome. That standee. But
it just looks cool.
It just looks cool. You just put it there. Vale of Eternity is a very, very quick and yet very crunchy game. We actually covered recently, I think probably Castle Combo will be the best example of this.
Yeah.
River Valley Glasswork was also a good example, but let's stick with Castle Combo. In that game, there's only 9 cards. That's like the limit. You're building a 3x3 grid, and that's it. This is very similar. It's drafting cards, right, that have abilities and get your points and everything, but you're building a tableau, but you're limited to basically 1 card per round. Your tableau can never have more cards than the round that you are in, and that limitation is what makes this game absolutely shine, because this is that example of the type of thing that me and Wes are saying that we are falling more in love with than the big, huge, crunchy game is the simple, elegant game.
And I would even say that is the biggest thing that makes this game shine. This game shines in so many ways. For one, so the money. You're limited to 4 coins throughout the entire game, and there's 1s, 3s, and 6s. And when you spend those coins, you never get change back. So if you overspend, so if something costs 5 and you spend a 6, you're actually buying it for 6. And trying to balance, like, what coins do I want? Because I can only have 3, so do I want to get rid of these to get this big one? But also, then I'm overspending. Like, that's just one more way that, like, the decision making, it's so simple. It's just you get coins and buy them. But the fact that you're piece limited and you don't get change is great.
And speaking of simple, you do a snake draft with cards out here where you're going to claim it, right? We're all going to go around and each claim 2 cards. And then when it comes to your turn, what you do with those cards, just because I claimed 2 cards does not mean I'm going to draft those 2 cards. I can put them in my hand and pay for them later, the cost that's written on them, or I can burn them from the row there in order to get the coins associated with, like, the sections. So the purple ones are the dragons. They're really expensive and really big points, but they also, when you burn them, you get a 6 token, right? And that's really strong. That's a lot of money. The other ones are like this one is 4. You get a 3 and a 1, but you're getting 2 tokens with that, right? So even though, like, that could be more versatile, but also it could be more restricted because you can only have 4 tokens.
That in itself is a pretty cool drafting game where you're drafting. This is the way to get money. This is the way to buy cards. You can only have so many cards. And the next layer they add to it, though, is the abilities on the cards and how the cards can combo together. It's definitely a good thing to remember that same color cards combo with each other really well. So, like, all the things that the purple card's doing typically help each other or, like, synergize well together. All the green cards synergize well together. But the abilities on them can get pretty wild where, and, like, you can add multiple in a row that combo really well, and you choose the order in which they trigger so that you could have one card that says, hey, all your 3s actually are worth 6 and all your 6s are actually worth 3s. And you have a card that says, well, now you're going to gain a 3. And the next one says, like, I forgot the combo I had that game.
The cards are super powerful such that you're going to flip up cards when you're setting up the board for the next round of drafting, and you're going to be like, no, don't let somebody get that card. Yeah. Oh, that card would be super sick for this person. Don't let them get that. And yeah, it can be totally like, oh, this one says that this, if A happens, B happens. This one says if B happens, A happens. No, that's an infinite combo. It wouldn't be that, but it'll be like, hey, every time you do A, you get something good. And this thing says, hey, you get to do A for free every turn. So you're like, oh, look at that.
Or you have to kind of figure out the order in which you want your cards to trigger, because this card gives you coins.
But you have to bounce it back to your hand.
You have to bounce it back to your hand. Or I already have 4 coins, so I need to do something, another card that spends cards or buy cards so that I can then trigger this card. And also with the hate drafting of, like, don't let this person get this card, because you're so limited to the amount of cards, like, hate drafting could be really valuable and to stop somebody from getting a great combo, but also, like, I don't want to waste one of my cards hate drafting. Hey,
2 per turn. So.
You stop Tom from getting that card, because he doesn't need to get it, but I don't want to waste my turn doing it.
So overall, this is so good. This is going to be one of the rare games where, I mean, if you look at this wall, there's a lot of games, right? Wes and I don't need to own the same game because I don't live far from him. I can take from him, he can take from me, whatever. It's basically one big shared pile, except for this. We're both definitely going to need a copy of this.
It's definitely one of those.
And I know there's 2 expansions. There's one expansion already out at the time of recording, and then there's another expansion that's been announced. No, need it.
Need
we
it.
need it. And you know who else needs it? You guys need it.
I need it!
There's going to be a purchase link in the description box down below for you to get yourself a copy of this. If any of what we were talking about here sounds interesting, you definitely need it.
Speaking of things that you need, you also need a game topper.
Yeah.
Game toppers are our favorite game topper.
the best.
Our very favorite game table, I should say.
game
Even though
table.
it's just a topper,
It's so
the mats
good.
are great, the tables are great. We've had ours
totally
for
worth
5
it.
years. It holds up great. You should get
You're
one.
not going to react to any of that? Really?
I'm just going to keep going. And what you should do instead of listening to Tom is subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.
Boom.
So if something costs 5 and you spend a 6 coin on it, you're really spent by... I lost it.